Well, there's only one day to go in the transfer window, and we still haven't finished all our signings. But at least we still have £34 million left in the bank account. And I have signed at least one player since the last time we saw each other. Hey guys, and welcome back to the fourth episode of the FM21 Real Madrid Save, where today we are facing two Spanish sides, and I can only pronounce one of their names, Getafe and Huesca. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Since last time, we have been doing very well in the league. In fact, we have won each and every single one of the games since we last saw each other. I will admit, it was only one game, and they got a red card, and we didn't actually play insanely well statistically, but we finally got what we needed, goals. And we have made some signings since last time out. And if I do say so myself, they were good signings. And by signings, I did mean only one, to be honest. It's Memphis Depay. I can't help myself with this, man. If you can remember all the way back to the Arsenal beta save on this channel, if you were back there and watching it, please let me know down in the comment section below, because that is an absolute compliment to myself. But we brought him in for £20 million. It could go up to 23. It's a bargain. It's Memphis Depay. He was insane for Arsenal. He's going to be good for Real Madrid. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. Yes, not any room for development, maybe a wee bit, but I mean, he's not needing that much improvement. He's going to be a starting left or right winger when we need him to be, and he's probably going to be a great rotation option when we need him to be as well. So I don't see any reason why for £20 million we shouldn't bring him in. And we're also taking a look at a couple of other signings. For example, Pau Torres, who's a man that I actually mentioned on my last video on this channel, which is a transfer guide for Real Madrid. And he's really good in the future. I just don't know if he's that good with the starting update of Football Manager. So we're going to scout him fully before we confirm that signing of £28 million. It's a big risk to be taken for him. I've got a couple of other players on the transfer list I'm still keeping an eye on, but nothing too set in stone. But without any further ado, we're going to jump into the first game of today's episode before we finish the transfer window, because that is what we're doing today. We're wrapping up the transfer window with the transfer deadline day, and hopefully we can bring in those last few signings. But let's jump into the game. Let's take a look at the tactical setup that we're using. We're at home, so of course we're going to go positive. We've got Benzema, Depay on that left-hand side, having his second game. As last game, he was off the bench, so it's his first starting role. We've got Dybala in central attacking midfielder, who had a very good game last time, with a goal and an assist and an 8.4 rating. Don't mind that at all. Asensio on the right-hand side, Casemiro, Modric, Carvajal, Ramos, Varane, Mendy and Courtois in between the sticks. We've finally got Hazard back from injury, but I'm not going to rush him into the lineup just yet. Isco's dropped out of the first 11. He hasn't been playing too well. Got one assist, which isn't absolutely shocking, but he should be doing a wee bit better. And we do have some younger players with a wee bit more potential than him that I think could do better in the starting 11 for now. But of course, he's going to be an amazing rotation player for the entire season. And you know, any team that's not having to start Isco every game is probably a good team. So let's jump into this game. It should be an easy one. The side that we are versing are, to be fair, up in 6th place. But come on, it's Real Madrid versing a side that I, to be honest, have never really heard much about. I imagine they came up last season. I feel like I have a fairly okay knowledge of the Spanish league. But I mean, the teams, the players is a little bit hazy, but who knows? They could be a well-established side, and I could be completely ignoring the fact that I've seen them all the time. To be honest, the only knowledge I have is from, you know, FIFA players and cards like that. So you cut me some slack here, boys and girls. They're on the ball for now, which isn't exactly helping my point that they're not going to be too menacing, but they're not knocking it around with the most pace of all time. Okay, of course, as I say that, they shoot it forward, and Courtois has managed to pull off a pretty good save there, and that does mean that it's still 1-1. Well, it's not 1-1, it's 0-0 on the night. They play it out, and they're going to have a shot here if they do find the opportunity, but unfortunately for them, they don't manage to rip one. We clear it out, and now you have to say we are looking more menacing on this statistical side, but they have had that one opportunity, so you never know what's going to happen, especially in these games. They could get one against the run of play, shoot it, get into the back of the net. You never know. You really never know with Football Manager. We could be FM'd here tonight, but for now we're on the ball. And Asensio's running forward, trying to whip a ball in. He finds Dybala into Casemiro. It's been blocked. It's rattling around in that box, but no one is able to get the finishing touch. And there's a great pass in by Dybala into the danger area. He's got the chance to get in a great corner. Doesn't find anyone there, but he has another bite at the cherry. Sergio Ramos with his 20 heading. Yes, 20 heading in this game. Can't get it on target there, but we have yet another opportunity. Straight afterwards, Varane into Mendy. Is it Varane? Varane or Varana? Or Varana? Nah, surely it's not Varana. That sounds too much like Havana. Not a fan of that. Memphis Depay plays it in, and that is somehow goal. How is the goalkeeper not gone for that? Is there something going on? Is it offside? I'm confused by this, but nothing's come up, so it's making me think that it's not actually a goal. But I don't know what was happened. Benzema was offside. How was he offside? What's going on here? We're completely ignoring the Varane pronunciation. Yeah, no, that's fair, actually. It's a... Oh, no! No! I've just realised what's happened. Benzema literally stopped that on our goal line. It was going in. Dybala's shot was going in, and Benzema blocked it. Benzema, you're an idiot. I need Dybala to get these good stats. I paid a lot of money for him. I'm fuming now. Benzema, get off my pitch. Gosh, we better be scoring from this opportunity. Memphis Depay to hit it, and it goes off the crossbar. And you have to say, we deserve to be a goal up at least at the start of the second half. But it doesn't look like we're going to get another opportunity unless one comes in the very last embers. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to have to tell the boys I'm disappointed with the performance out there. We've been doing very well defensively, apart from that one through ball that did manage to split us pretty well, but aside from that, they haven't had a single shot, and I believe we're completely dominating possession as well. If that's a penalty, it's a little harsh to the opposition. I wouldn't complain, but I would feel a wee bit bad for them, because realistically, they've defended well, and now they've just given away a sloppy penalty. I swear penalty shouts are becoming in left, right and centre in this new patch of Football Manager. I think that's something that they need to de-patch and make less of, but it is not a penalty. It's just outside of the box. I was thinking it was definitely a foul, but it doesn't go in for a penalty, unfortunately for us. And with 60 minutes gone, we still haven't found that finishing touch. And I'm actually going to have to bring Benzema off. It's going to be Depay to move up top, and we're going to bring Benzema off for Hazard, who's going to play as an inside forward, of course, on an attacking duty, and hope that he can come off the bench, get his fresh legs moving, and hopefully not get an injury, because that is a concern with Hazard. Dybala to whip in the ball. It almost finds its way to Memphis Depay. Somehow, it is another penalty shout, and this one, it's got to be it. Otherwise, I'm sending a letter to Sports Interactive and telling them they really need to reduce these penalties. Like, I've got time in my life. I've got things to do. I've got lasagna to make for dinner tonight. You know, and if you've made lasagna, you know it's a strenuous process. You know, you got to make the mince, you got to make the cheese sauce, you got to cook the pasta a wee bit, then you got to put it in the oven. You know, so it's a big process. So I'm happy that it is a penalty, and it is Hazard to step up to the plate, back from injury, and he shoots it. But the goalkeeper has saved it, and I tell you what, if this team manages to get a draw out of this game, they deserve it, because they are playing out of their skin. But it is very unfortunate that just as Hazard gets back onto the pitch, and it is his second season at Real Madrid now. Am I correct in saying that? I need to check, otherwise it's going to bother me for the rest of the episode. Well, at least for the rest of the game. Yeah, it is his second season. He only got one goal in his first season. Gosh, not a great start to his career. But yeah, that's not a great start to the season either there, is it? But we do have a free kick just on the edge of the area. Dybala to whip it in, and it's gone just wide. 20 minutes to go, and I think attacking is the only way to go. 3 XG, and none of them have gone in. Boys and girls, we are seeing some serious FM stuff going on here. Let's bring on Valverde for a wee bit more of an attacking threat. I think my last substitution is going to be Martin Odegaard to come on. He's going to play in cam. Dybala's going to play on that right-hand side as an inside forward as well. Hopefully focusing play through the middle like we're doing right now is going to get us a goal in these dying embers. We do have a chance. Mendy to throw it in. He plays it into Odegaard. Playing now on that left-hand side. I mean, I would prefer him to be slightly more central, but he's certainly making a run to do that. Valverde's on the ball into Memphis Depay. Dybala back to Memphis Depay, and he's just made himself a hero with his first start of the season, with his first goal of the season, and it is Dybala for the assist, and that is beautiful to end the game, to get us all 3 points. Surely we're going to move back down to a positive mentality with the hopes that we won't give away a goal in the last few seconds. We have seen stranger things happen in Football Manager, but I don't think it's going to happen today with the time running down, and we have one more opportunity. A 2-0 win here, I wouldn't be complaining about. Valverde, Hazard, back to Valverde, into Mendy. Mendy trying to whip in a ball, finds someone, and it's just about gone in once again, but luckily for the other side, It hasn't found the back of the net, but unfortunately we're back to that issue of just not quite being clinical enough in front of goal. But I will tell them that I'm happy with the performance. I don't want to risk them getting too unhappy with my team talks. Stark, I was really hoping that he'd be good enough. I wasn't betting much money on it, but yeah, he's definitely not good enough. Who else have we got? This is the difficulty of scouting at this current point in time. I just don't know who's good enough at this point in time, especially for a side like Real Madrid. So that's why I'm really hoping to get this report back for Pau Torres pretty soon. Aside from that, keeping an eye on a couple of other players. Nothing too interesting though. Let's jump into the final day of the transfer window off camera, and we'll find out just before the next game against Getafe who we've brought in. Oh yeah, by the way, Champions League, we've been drawn our group. We're with Chelsea, Atalanta and Borussia Mönchengladbach, which isn't horrendous, but it's not as good as it could have possibly been. I think we're still going to top the group, but it's going to be harder than it possibly could have been. You know, we've not got any of those, you know, your young boys, your Besiktas, your Olympiacos, your Moscow, you know, your Club Bruges. You don't have any of those sorts of squads that you know that you're going to beat day in, day out. So you never really know what's going to happen in any of these games. But I'm still confident that we're going to come away with the win. Hopefully, we come away with an amazing transfer to help us get those results. The transfer window is closed. We're ready to go for our next game against Getafe. And we've completed all of our signings. And those signings are, without any further ado, to be released. Heavy Manquillo. A little underwhelming, I will admit. He comes in on loan for only £14,000 a week. An option to buy of £6.5 million. I'm probably not going to activate it, but he's a great right back / left back cover option. He's got solid stats. That 2-star current ability, I think, is a little harsh. But I think he's a great signing for what he is. And we ended up bringing in Tete for only £18 million. This man is a right winger. Hopefully we could maybe train him as a left winger, but I think right wing is the position that we needed him in the most. He's a wonder kid from Brazil once again, and only paying him £14.75 million. A great deal for us, and a great deal for Shakhtar. Well, no, actually a great deal for Shakhtar, to be honest, but I think he's a great signing nonetheless. So that means that our squad is looking like this with all of our players in it now, and that is a completely stacked substitutes bench. Any of those players could easily slot into the starting 11 whenever we need them. And you know what? I think I'm going to put Depay up top to start this game after scoring that goal to win us the game last time. Hazard's a wee bit tired, but I think I'm going to continue to start him in this one as well. But aside from that, I think the squad is completely ready to go. And without any further ado, this is the squad that we're using for at least the start of the season. And let's jump into this next game against Getafe. We have to give a couple of players squad numbers, and I just remembered Eric Garcia is the other man that we brought in. I completely forgot that I brought this guy in. He comes in on loan for only £1.2 million a week for the whole loan, sorry. And the reason why I brought him in on loan is because they're trying to get rid of him because he's going on a free. I think if we bring him in on loan, we're going to have the highest chance of signing him on that free at the end of the season. And I wanted to make sure that we would be have the highest chance. So £1.2 million. It's a small price to pay to have this man during the season for now, and also to have him in the future of the club. I'm going to give him number 25. I'm going to give him Manquillo number 25. I'm going to give Eric Garcia number 16 and Tete number 6. Don't really like Tete having number 6. It doesn't really make much sense to me to give any of them number 6, but we're going with it. It's the one that I've picked. And let's jump into this game. Surely we can continue the win streak. We haven't lost a single game. We haven't even drawn a single game to start the season off. And I'm really hoping that against Getafe, we're not going to ruin that streak. After a couple of minutes, we haven't seen any opportunities, but we've already gotten a shot, which is exactly what we want. I'm hoping that we don't have a situation like last time. I'd like to have a goal early on, thank you very much, just to ease the nerves, make me feel a wee bit better about myself. Hazard's already looking a wee bit tired, so maybe it wasn't the best idea to start him, but it's Hazard. Come on. Like, he missed a penalty. Why am I starting him again? I can't actually remember, come to think of it. Maybe I should have started Benzema and put Depay onto the left-hand side, but right now we're on the ball, and Dybala is looking for a ball into the mixer. He doesn't go for it in the end, he actually goes for the shot, which isn't the best decision I've ever seen in my life, but it was kind of tempting the goal. It almost went in off the post and off the goalkeeper. I don't know. It wasn't the best decision he's ever made in his life. And with only 10 minutes to go in this half, we're definitely the dominant side, but it's clear that they are defending well. So we're going to go attacking for the last 5 minutes. Hopefully we can see an opportunity just before the end of it. And again, we're going into half time 0-0 on the scoreline, and it's not going exactly how we want it to be going up top. But this time our XG is only 0.38. But I'm hoping if we pepper that goal and we really attack, maybe not through the middle anymore, we'll eventually get that chance that does lead to us scoring a goal, putting the ball into the back of the net. And Memphis Depay is not playing well, neither is Hazard. I think Hazard's got to be a substitution. He's got to come off. I think it's going to be Tete to come on. He's going to play on that right-hand side as an attacking inside forward. Going to play Asensio as a winger on support. Hopefully that just switches it up enough to confuse Getafe and get us a goal with only, 25 minutes to go? It's not been a great game for us. None of these games has been amazingly high scoring, but we haven't conceded a goal all season, I've just realised, so our defence is playing very solid. It just needs to be continued to move up the field, like, all the way up to the striker so that we can put a ball into the back of the net eventually. But they're on the ball right now, so let's not underplay them and let's not get too cocky about defence before we give away an opportunity. But Memphis Depay is through and he scored, and that's why you keep Memphis Depay on even when he's playing a 6.1, because he's going to score them, he's going to get the opportunity. It's a great ball over the top by Carvajal, and that's exactly what we needed. Maybe just a wee bit of a counter-attack, because we have clearly been dominating the game. I imagine we've been dominating position as well. So when we get that counter-attacking opportunity, it mixes it up, it confuses them. 58% possession, so yes, we were the attacking side for just about all of that game, and now the goals are coming in left, right and centre. Casemiro scoring from a corner. Don't actually have a corner tactic, so kind of baffled by the fact that we have scored one, but Modric puts in a beautiful ball. Casemiro's there. That's a dynamic link in central midfield, and they've got another opportunity straight afterwards, and I'm pretty confident that it's going to be ours, even though they are on the ball. I think they're going to lose it within a matter of seconds, as they have just done there. Now Dybala's on the ball, looking to play it out to the left-hand side, but he's going for a dribble. He's not going to pass it. He's still got the ball, looking for a ball. Oh, it doesn't find anyone in the end, but they clear it out. Can we get it back? No, it's Cucurella running at us right now. A very good player in real life and a very good player, I imagine, in this game. We get it back, though. Didn't exactly show his quality there. Tete on his debut running forward. Plays it into Memphis Depay. It's a great pass. And Memphis Depay, unfortunately, can't score his second of the game. His third of the season as well. He's been an amazing signing so far, if I do say so myself. Don't mean to get too cocky about it, but he's been world class. We're also going to bring on Fernandinho as a central midfield switch. Just don't want to get either of those central midfielders injured. I might bring on a new centre back, maybe even give Eric Garcia his debut in the last few minutes, as Sergio Ramos isn't having the best day at the office. I mean, he's not exactly playing terribly. He hasn't conceded a single goal, but that's exactly what we're going to do with only 10 minutes to go. I didn't even commentate on that chance. Didn't feel the need to. We're going to give Eric Garcia that debut, and I'm hoping that we continue to keep this clean sheet record. Maybe it is Sergio Ramos that is helping us. I mean, he's just headed it out there, so he's clearly doing his job at the back. I mean, as I said before, we haven't conceded a single goal, so he's definitely doing his job at the back. And we have 10 minutes to go to see, I think, one more opportunity. I think it's going to happen. We're still on a positive mentality. We still seem to be a dominant side. They've gotten a few shots in now, and with 4 minutes of additional time, I'm now starting to think we're definitely not seeing a highlight. I will take it. A 2-0 win. At least it's not a 1-0 win. I think you boys and girls have only seen 1-0 wins from this side so far, so it's good to see that we can actually score with 2 goals in a game. But as you can see here, haven't conceded a single goal all season. I'm expecting that to change as we jump into the transfer window in the next episode. We will be back for the game against Barcelona and Atalanta, so these 2 games will be played off camera. Make sure that you do like this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new for daily Football Manager 2021 videos with this series and transfer guides, and I'll see you all later.